What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we're going to be talking about 5 more budget guns you should get right now. There was such a highly receptive and amazing response to the video we did last week, we figured, well, might as well just do a sequel. And there's a good diverse group of guns here, so if you're looking for a gun for a particular situation, you'll enjoy this video. We picked these guns based on how they did in our reviews, based on the track record of how they've done over the history of the firearm, not only in law enforcement and military, but in civilian use as well. So all these guns are good quality, all of them are going to be cheap, especially compared to their peers, but you're not going to sacrifice any performance. With that being said, before we get into the video, I do want to mention my Patreon supporters. We bought most of the guns with the Patreon dollars. If you're trying to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. Just go to the link in the description and sign up. We try to give you guys the most honest gun content on the internet, and we really appreciate your support. I also want to mention a local shelter in Ames, Iowa. It's the YSS. Those kids could really use your help, so please go down there and click the link in the description. It brings you right to the donate page, and I'd really appreciate it if you would donate a couple bucks. That being said, let's get right into the video with number 5. Number 5, I wanted to bring to you a revolver, so I brought you my favorite concealed carry revolver. We're going to be talking about the Ruger LCR X. Now, I had a couple Rugers on the last video, and I might have a couple Rugers on this video too, just simply because it's an American company that I think brings guns to the market for a very good price with not a lot of frills. They work really well, and they come in at, like I said, a reasonable price with good quality manufacturing. The Ruger LCR X is another one of those. Similar to the GP100, Ruger kind of kicks it in the revolver game, and they do it again here. It's a very lightweight, very compact, snub-nosed revolver with some features that personally I really like and allow me to get performance out of this gun that I can't really get with a lot of other firearms. The price on this gun is going to be around $500, which is pretty reasonable. The barrel length is going to be 2 inches, and the overall weight of this gun is going to be only 13 ounces, making it a great everyday carry gun, considering you can do 38 Special or 357 Magnum through this, and it allows you not only the diversity in caliber, so if you go to the gun store, you can pick one or the other, you can train with 38 Special, and you can shoot that mighty 357 Magnum. Now, 357 Magnum out of a 2-inch barrel is going to give you a little less ballistics than like a 4 or 6, but it's still worth it, and it's still going to do the job. 5-round cylinder here keeps the gun very slim and very tight to your body, and it comes with 2 grips, so you can change the grip out if you like the bigger one or the smaller one. I went with a big one. I'm a bigger guy. We have a front fiber optic green there, and then we have a hammer. Now, it's not an internal hammer, and it's not a full exposed hammer. It's kind of halfway, which I really like. There's not a lot to get stuck on, but you can still pop it into single action for that crisp single action trigger pull, and you still have the very reliable and durable double action design in case you need to use it, I don't know, in a pocket underneath a bed sheet and stuff like that. Also with the revolver, you have to understand that there's no standoff distance at all. If you were to press the muzzle into somebody or something, let's say, with a semi-automatic pistol, you can put it out of battery, whereas a revolver, you can press the muzzle in and go to town. So I like the Ruger LCR X a lot just because of the quality manufacturing. The accuracy I get out of it's about, I mean, I think we shot this at 75 yards. One's good enough. And for a 2-inch snub-nosed revolver in the $500 category, that's pretty freaking impressive. Add to the fact that it's very, very reliable, very slick, and it just feels nice, and the controls work really great out of the box. It's hard to beat. In at number 4, we have a semi-automatic 9mm. This is a polymer frame striker-fired pistol. This is the brand new Beretta APX A1. Now, I like the previous APX a lot, but I like this one a little bit better, just simply due to some of the improved ergonomics and features. We have a first shots of this gun, but we don't have a full review yet, but we do have a lot of rounds for it, enough to where I'm comfortable with it. First off, the Beretta APX A1 comes from Beretta, which is nice. They're the oldest firearms manufacturer in the world. They have good quality as far as manufacturing, machining, and their guns almost always work out of the box. This one here you can get for about $450, which is pretty cheap, $450 to $550 depending on where you are. If you live in New York, California, maybe it's $1,000, I don't know. Everybody always complains about prices on these videos. I live in rural Iowa. I just list the prices that I get the gun for. It's got a 4¼ inch barrel, which is very nice. It's got a 29-ounce overall weight, making it a little bit heavier than your standard carry gun, but that absorbs the recoil very well also. It's got a fire control module in there, and there's a lot of benefits to that. Switching frames, switching slides is much, much easier. The same or similar system that's in the P320. We've got an improved trigger, we've got an improved grip, and we have a textured extended magazine release, which works very well. It comes with 3 backstraps and a freaking optic system, which you can use and keep your rear sight, which is very nice. We also have steel front and rear with a tritium fiber optic front and improved slide serrations over the original APX, which they just look so bad. They were functional, but but they look so bad, whereas this one looks just like a modern gun with a Picatinny rail, and then you have serrations up front on the trigger guard. You pretty much get everything that you would want out of your standard polymer frame pistol, and you just get it for about 450 bucks. You get a reliable, durable design with a capacity of 17 rounds for 450 to 500 bucks. That's a pretty good deal, especially considering you could flex this into home defense, concealed carry, pretty much anything you wanted. A compact size 9mm pistol in a polymer frame is the standard for carry and defense these days for a reason. All right, in at number 3, I'm certain is a gun no one's ever heard before. It's a little thing called the Ruger 1022. I know it's an obscure gun. I'm probably the first one to let you guys know that this exists. No, I'm just messing with you. This is the most produced 22 of all time. one of the most popular guns in history, and there's good reason for it. The Ruger 1022 is a very reliable, very lightweight, semi-automatic 22 rifle. And one of the benefits of it is not only it's reliable, but it's pretty accurate. It uses traditional controls, so it's not so scary for those band states and stuff like that. But the performance is just the start up as far as the Ruger 1022 goes. Yes, it's reliable. Yes, it's durable. Yes, it's lightweight. Yes, it's accurate. But above that, it's modular. I mean, there is stocks, there is barrels, there's actions, there's magazines, there's optics mounts, there's anything you could ever want for the 1022 available, and you can customize it and accessorize it to your perfect gun. And that's what I've kind of done here. As you can see, I have a Hogue overmolded grip, and then we have a very lightweight bull barrel from Butler Creek on here, and then we have an optics mount and a few other things. But you can customize or buy versions of this to fit whatever you want. If you're looking for a long-range precision gun, you can get versions with longer barrels and very lightweight triggers. If you're looking for a hunting gun like me, you can get one and make it for about 3.5 or 4 pounds. And I can use this for rabbit hunting, squirrel hunting, and all kinds of stuff. Varmint disposal, which is what I did with it for the most part. You can pretty much build it for whatever you want, but the 1022 uses very cheap ammo, like the cheapest ammo. It's super available. The magazines are super available, but it flexes into a bunch of niches. Not only can it be a good WROL, like shit hit the fan style gun, but in a pinch you could certainly use it for home defense. Now I know what you're saying. A 22 is not that good for home defense, and you're absolutely right. But a rifle is still a rifle, and a rifle is easy to shoot, and you can pile off rounds with a 22 rifle. You have no idea. I mean, talk about suppressing fire. I mean, you can shoot these so fast and accurate just because they have absolutely no recoil. And on top of that, they're so fun to shoot that your average person, when they get into one of these, they're going to shoot it more and more and more, and then you develop the shooting skills necessary for self-defense as well. I mean, you can literally buy this gun for somewhere between $200 and $500 depending on what system you're going to buy. I think this one total cost me about $400. So you figure $400 on this, a couple $100 on ammo, and you've got like 10 weekends at the range just having fun and getting good at marksmanship. In at number 2, we have a gun that I haven't shot in a while, but I loved it when I had it. We're going to be talking about the IWI Masada. Now, in the sea of polymer frame compact striker-fired pistols, the IWI Masada has a tendency to get lost, and I'm not really sure why. It's one of those guns that I would argue is as good as the popular modern-day brands. However, it just doesn't get the love that those guns do for some reason. The Masada is a 4.1-inch polymer frame striker-fired pistol with a lot of features on it that I think you guys are really going to like. Comes in at that compact size of about 24 ounces and a great overall size and weight to be a do-it-all gun. It comes from a company like IWI who stresses reliability first, and I like that. It has a great trigger, it looks pretty good, it has back straps, and it comes with an optic system and 4 plates. So you can pretty much put whatever optic you want on the gun. It also comes with a pretty good trigger, it had really good accuracy, and as I said, it was 100% reliable. I think the ergonomics on it are as good or better than a lot of the popular polymer frame pistols on the market today, and for some reason the gun just doesn't get bought in the same frequency that some of the other guns do. So I wanted to highlight on here that you can get that gun for between $350 and $500 depending on where you look for it, and if you find it under $500, I think it's an absolutely great deal. I think you'll get a gun that will be reliable with all types of ammunition, and I think it will shoot very well also. All right, now I did want to mention that there won't be any honorable mentions in this video because we plan on doing a trequel, a trilogy. I'm not sure still. So there will be a follow-up video to this as well with a few more guns on there in case you didn't like these. That being said, I think you're gonna like this one. This is probably one of the best budget guns ever created, the sub $500 category. If you're looking for a gun that you can literally do most things with, I think you should check out the Remington 870. Those guys who watch the channel a lot know I'm a big Mossberg fan, but I don't hate the Remington 870. The Remington 870 is the second best shotgun ever created in my personal opinion. You can get these guns anywhere from $200 up to $1,000 depending on what model you get. I have a very nice Wingmaster 20 gauge that's old, it's from the 1970s, and it cost me about $1,000. That being said, you can also pick up guns like this youth model here for $200 to $300 depending on where you're looking, and if you get a used one, which I absolutely would suggest, considering the older 870s are actually higher in quality in my personal opinion, you can get them for very cheap and get into a gun that's very nice. Now, the Remington 870 has very slick ergonomics. The pump works great. It's got dual-sided rails on the pump, so it feels very good when you pump it. It's got a very smooth action, and it's got enough accessories, features, and different models so you can get into this gun and have it solve any problem that you might have. If you want to go hunting, well, they have models with 20-inch barrels, 22-inch barrels, 24-inch barrels. They have all kinds of rifled slug barrels, whatever you're going to want. So you can buy any 870 and you can buy those barrels and put it on there, or you could just buy an 870 that it's specifically kit out for it already. If you want to put a Picatinny rail in your pump, they got it covered. You want to do an extended magazine tube, you got that. If you want to do a cool little modified shell lifter so it's easier to slide in shells, you can do that as well. If the stock comb or height doesn't fit you correctly, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them that you can get. But the cool thing about the 870 is it does fit most people right away, and the ergonomics of the grip and the stock and the pump are pretty time tested. It's the second or first most produced shotgun of all time, hanging right in there with the Mossberg 500 series, and it's, again, for good reason. Now, Remington has kind of a history of shoddy quality control over the past few years, but the older ones do not have that issue. I have many 870s and I ran them for literally years. If you're looking for a home defense gun, if you're looking for a hunting gun, or if you're looking to fill any niche that a shotgun can do, a Remington 870 can take care of that for you. If you want to see another one of these videos, let me know. I'm trying to highlight a lot of budget guns out there that maybe people can get into and get in for a reasonable price. If you have some more that I haven't covered yet, feel free to put them in the comment section below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Peace out, your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.